certainly. My name is Dave Lee. I'm a member of a team of developers from White Moon Dreams. We're a indie studio out of Pasadena, California. I'm the design lead for StarBlood Arena. And StarBlood Arena is a 360-degree freedom of movement combat shooter where players can play one of 9 different pilots who each have their own unique ship. And you can take your ship into a host of different arenas and play a bunch of different game modes. There is a little bit of lore in the game, actually. In our single-player game mode, it's called Burn Circuit. Burn Circuit is where you play a single-player match against AI bots, and what you need to do is get first place. So if you get first place in the match, you move to the next match, and each match gets progressively more difficult, but you have to win. If you can get to the end of the Burn Circuit and win, you will go into a victory lounge, we like to call it, and you can actually learn a little bit of lore about your pilot and the universe. Well, we really did a lot of work to make sure that the user is comfortable, and because if the user isn't comfortable, that's a big problem. So that was always our top priority. We worked very closely with Sony San Diego and did a lot of user-focused testing to really get rid of any discomfort issues. Within the game, though, we do offer different control schemes. So perhaps maybe different control schemes could help players, make sure that their controls fit well with their play styles also. We actually, that's very good, but those games don't have the 360-degree freedom of movement. So when you think of an old game that had that was a game called Descent, and we have members of the team that worked on that project. So there was a lot of inspiration from there because taking that type of style of game into the virtual reality space is a perfect match. I don't want to get too technical, but I will tell you, making a VR game is extremely challenging because the game has to run flawlessly at all times. It has to run at 60 frames per second. So as a designer, I had to make sure that everything I put into the game was completely optimized. Otherwise, if you slow the game down, you have to come back and rework on your stuff to get it to run at perfection. And this goes across all disciplines: animations, effects, gameplay. Everything has to be completely optimized. And so it made me personally more disciplined as a designer. Oh, great question. Okay, well, we have different unlocks. We have cosmetic unlocks, and then also when you level, your ship gains experience points as you play and levels, and every time you get a level, you unlock a mod slot. Okay, so mods actually can be used to modify your ship, so there's that as well. Cosmetic unlocks, when you're playing the game, you are in galactic credits, and you can take those galactic credits and go visit Grox and Jerry, which are the 2 characters on the couch, the announcers, and you can purchase a little chest from them, and then inside will be different attachments. So we have over 200 of them. There's ship attachments, there's paint jobs, and pilot outfits. So if I had to choose my favorite now, I didn't work on the outfits or the attachments because I am in the design department. That would be our awesome art team that does a lot of the work for that, and our concept artists, and they made some amazing ones. But my personal favorite are actually the outfits, and we have a character named Buck. Okay, and he's a big blue guy. I don't know if he's on here. He is not, but he's one of our main characters, and he has a skin called Buck Naked, and he's just in his underwear. I can't stop laughing every time I see that Buck Naked. Everything's in. Everything's in. I do get this question a lot, and unfortunately, as a game developer, we can only say so much, and it's a really hard question to field because you just want to talk. All I can tell you is that we have nothing official, but I will say that White Moon Dreams is in the virtual reality space very aggressively. We're innovators, we're passionate, and we love working with Sony, and so we'll see what happens. it's, you can't even put words to how immersive the game is, because you're not watching the game from the outside. You're actually living the game. You're experiencing the game from within. So you're inside a virtual reality environment. So the first time I ever put a headset on, the first thing I did is I looked behind me, and then I looked up and down, and you really can't explain it. You just have to go and put the headset on, and you'll understand what virtual reality is. That's why we did it. That second part of the question is changing the industry. We're passionate about that. We're passionate about innovation. Plus, virtual reality provides a developer new opportunity to break new ground in game development and make something that's never been done before. So, just for instance, the 360-degree freedom of movement is brand new in virtual reality. So, being able to be that cutting edge and innovate drives us. Yeah, this is where working with Sony San Diego was really helpful for us, because we were able to really do some really solid focus testing, and they have a very state-of-the-art facility there. And when I'm telling you, you can see every nuance, and so we can identify any time there's any type of discomfort when they're having fun. When we can measure everything, and we were able to take that feedback by working closely with them and make adjustments to the game and fine-tune it. We did change, yeah. We overhauled the HUD. You've been doing your research, very good. We had an original HUD. It was a good HUD, but it just didn't provide enough, because the main issue we had with the HUD is you're using the head tracking in the game to aim your weapon. So you could be rotating this way, use your head, turn this way, light them up. But when you're turning your head and all the information was here, there wasn't enough information at eye level, so you'd have to look down or look away, and we found that the player was looking away too much. So we redesigned the HUD to provide as much information as we possibly could at the reticle, and so it moves with you, and everything you need to know to play is right there. And so it's a really slick design.
Since I played it,
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm allowed to say. I like our characters. We have great characters. I would like them to want our characters in their game.